All right, this will be a video for page 104 in the 8th grade method. On this page, we are working with the non-proportional relationships. And non-proportional relationships can be written in the form y equals mx plus b. M being our slope, which is found rise over run. Another way you're going to hear me say this is the y change over the x change. Okay, so it's going either it's moving up or down, and it's moving left or right. So it's our y change over our x change. Then it also has a b right here. They're on the wrong side of there. B is our y intercept. It's our starting or initial value. But it's our y-intercept. It's where our line crosses the y-axis. The way we're going to do this is we're going to use these graphs, and it's weird. On two of them, they already found these points for us that we can use. So we'll just start on number one. Then I'm gonna write y equals mx plus b, and now I just need to fill in these two letters, but I'm gonna keep y and x the same. So it's gonna be y equals blank x plus blank. So we need to find out what goes in these two yellow boxes. So there's a slope right here, and there's a y-intercept right here. That's what we need to calculate. So looking at number one, my y change, my slope, it looks like I'm going down. If you remember, a negative slope is what goes down. This line starts here and it goes down to this point. Let's see how many it goes down. It goes 1, 2, 3, 4. So my rise over our run, my y change over my x change. So the y change in this is down 4, okay? Down 4, which is equal to negative 4. And how far over do we go? Well, let's see. 1, 2. Right, 2. So that'll be 2. Left would be negative. To the right is positive. So we have negative 4 over 2, which can be reduced. We can divide these by 2. Divided by 2. So negative 4 divided by 2 is negative 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1. So this, again, can be kind of simplified to negative 2. Over 1 is negative 2. So I have negative 2. X is my slope. And then we need to find out what B is. B is our y-intercept. And this line crosses the y-axis at 1. We can see it right there. Okay, this y-axis, our line crosses precisely at 1. So that's literally it. That's our line. So our slope was negative 2. Our y-intercept is 1. And then I want to also have you write that slope-intercept form. So it says find the slope and y-intercept of the line in each graph, but I also want you to write the equation for me next to your line. So you're going to write y equals negative 2x plus 1. And that's our equation for that line. Notice we did have to reduce our fraction for our slope right here. With the 2 points that our book chose, we had to do that because there's actually another point right here, this red point we could have used, which our slope would have then been negative 2 over 1. We'd have been down 2 over 1. So it would have given us this reduced form right off the bat. But for whatever reason, our book was like, yeah, let's make it a little harder on them. Let's make them have to reduce this fraction. So there we go. We got that one. Next, we're going to move on to number 2. Well, let's delete part of my problem here. There we go. Number 2, 2, we've got y equals mx plus b. M is the rise over the run. It's our y change over our x change. Well, let's see how y changes from 0, 15, or 0, negative 15 to 3, 0. It kind of looks like we're only going up 3, but I want you to recognize that this goes 0, negative 10, negative 20. So this one's counting by what looks like to be negative, counting by 5. So we're going down 15 to right here. And that's why it shows negative 15 here, because this is at negative 15. So then, let's see, we're going up 5, 10, 15. This line is going up, so we're going up 5, 10, 15. So our y change is 15. Our x is still going to the right. We're going over, let's see, that's not counting by 5, so that's 1, 2, 3. That's over 1, 2, 3, which can be reduced. We can divide by 3. Cool, Corey. I got my friend playing video games. 15 divided by 3 is 5. 3 divided by 3 is 1. So that'll be 5. That is our slope. That is our m. Next, I want to find out what b is. That's our y-intercept. It's where our y-axis is crossed. It looks like it's crossed at the point 0, negative 15. All of your y-intercepts, all your y-intercepts have a 0 in the x, because x value is 0 at this y. So, I don't know, I'm scrolling all over my graph. So this line crosses right here at 0, negative 15. So if you have this point that starts with 0, your y-intercept is given to you right there. So y-intercept is negative 15. Negative 15, slope is 5. So our equation is y equals 5x minus 15. Moving on. Number 3. Starting at, well, here's a point, and here's a point. So our y equals mx plus b. M is the y change over our x change. The y change, we're going up, let's see, 1, 2, 3. We're going over 1, 2. Well, that's it, 3 over 2. B, well, here's my point. B is at negative 2. So this negative 2 goes here. This 3 halves goes here at m. Slope is 3 over 2. B is negative 2. My equation, y equals 3 halves x minus 2. Number 4. See, I have a point right here. And it looks like this one's counting by 3s on the y. And I have a point, well, let's use this one. It's really close. There are a few different points we could have used, but I want to use this one so that I won't have to reduce my fraction. So my y equals, this is number 4, mx plus b. M is the y change. And here I'm going to write a little triangle here. It means change. This means change in y over the change in x. It's more of like a high school notation to write change in. This is the y change over the x change. I'm just tired of writing the word change over and over again. And this is a symbol that we can use that shows change. So the change in y looks like we're going down just 1, but it looks like 1, but we're counting by 3s. So this is down 3. Make sure down 3 is negative. We're going over just 1. So our slope is negative 3. Our b is our y-intercept, 6. Looks like we're crossing at 9. So our equation here is y equals negative 3x plus 9. Our slope was negative 3. Our y-intercept was 9. All right. Moving on to the next ones. We need to continue to do the same thing, but it's going to give us a table this time. So let's see. I want to use first, let's see, number 5, y equals mx plus b. For m, I'm going to do the change in y over the change in x. Okay, so let's look at what y does every time. Y goes plus 6, plus 6, plus 6, plus 6, plus 6. So change in y is we're adding 6 every time. Change in x is plus 2, plus 2, plus 2, plus 2. Okay, so change in y is 2. So our slope is 6 over 2. Simplifies, we can divide by 2, divide by 2, and we get 3 over 1 equals 3. All right. Now, I kind of wrote on our spot here for our answers, so we'll just have to be careful later. The next, we need to find out what b equals. If you remember up here on number 2, for on number 2 we had the point 0, negative 15. So right there was our y-intercept. Okay, negative 15 is where x equals 0. That means on the y-axis. Okay, because x is 0, we're not going left or right. Our y-intercept is negative 15. So let's see, do we have 0 in an x value here? It looks like we do. So on this one, we have the point 0, 1. So when x is 0, y is 1. So this will be 1. So let's squeeze that in there. I'm going to get another color so it's easier to read. So our slope was 3. Our y-intercept is 1. All right, moving on to the next one. All right, let's see. How about purple? Let's see. Y, number 6, equals mx plus b. M is the change in y over the change in x. Let's see what y does every time. This goes down 20, down 20, down 20, down 20. Okay, so y is going negative 20. X goes plus 5, plus 5, plus 5, plus 5. So it goes negative 20 over 5. We can divide both of these by 5. We're going to get 1. 20 divided by 5 is 4, because 5, 10, 15, 20 gives us 4 5s. So then in this case, we've got negative 4 over 1, which brings us just to negative 4. B on this one, I have a point 0, 140. So my B is 140. So I'll grab that red again so that it's consistent. Slope, we decided was negative 4. Y-intercept is 140. Now, what this one might mean is I started with $140 and I spent $20 every 5 weeks. I spent $4 a week. Okay, so after 5 weeks, I'm down to 120 bucks. After 5 weeks, I'm down to 20 bucks. After 5 weeks, I'm down to 80 bucks. For the first one, we are starting with 1 of something, and every day we get 3 more. So say maybe I have a piece of candy, and then every day I get 3 more pieces of candy. That might be what number 5 is talking about. Number 7, how can you determine the slope and the y-intercept of a line from a graph? Well, let's talk about slope. We're going to find the y change and x change, then write as fraction. Change in y over change in x. For the y-intercept, we just find where it crosses the x-axis. All right, so that's number 1 through 7 on page 104 for you 8th graders. I hope that was really helpful. Please let me know if you have any questions. You will have a couple other assignments to work on. But this is non-proportional relationships. This is finding the slope and the y-intercept. Our next section, we're going to write equations. And we'll use these skills and the previous section skills in order to do that.